Hello. Hang on, I'm just gonna move the camera just a little. Okay. So here's the third video of our vintage Italian Lucite bead necklace. I have it laid out on the bead board. It's a good start anyway. So you can see I have my components sort of separated a bit. I started actually laying some things out. And now it's just the design process of how do I want this to look? What am I going to do with it? So I'm just going to do a little video here. I don't think it'll be, it may not be for the whole process, but at least some of it. So you can see, obviously I have my my focal, my pendant. Obviously it's not going to sit up like this. It'll end up hanging like that off the end of the piece, but I don't want it falling everywhere, so I just had it bumped up a little bit on the board. I knew I wanted these components next, so I just lay them out. And then my thought with doing these metal bead components was I'm going to use them as my transition piece, because I'm going from wrapped links here and bead caps, and this is a different style of component. So I'm going to be moving to using just the looped links going up here. So that's what I thought I would use those metal beads for. They're just going to be my transition marker to a different type of style component. And now I'll literally just start playing with it. Playing with the colors and how do I want it. I want this piece to be a definite pattern. It's not going to be a random mix. And that's where I'm at. I'm fairly certain that I want to do an infinity link between each looped link. So I'm pretty sure about that. You might as well just lay that in. I have little ones. I have these whiskey links to use. And I only did 4 of them, so they're going to be at specific points. Maybe there'll be a midpoint bead. Maybe if I end up doing a loop and a loop, these will be the loop markers. So maybe there will end up being a loop here. So that's at about 14 inches. So you can see the measurements there, 1 inch, 2 inch, 3 inch. So we're about 7 inches here. And I have to think about where that would lay on someone's neck. So do I want one 14 inches would be pretty tight up to the neckline. But if this piece ends up being 30 inches, if I run it all the way up around, I'll be at about a 30-inch long piece, which is about where I'd want it. Then I want, if I'm going to put in sections of looping, you know, a connected piece here and here, then I want it down towards this half of the necklace. And what I may end up doing is stopping and actually making the connecting pieces so that I have them, that I can literally just lay them out on the board. I may end up doing that because I have to design those too. I'm not sure what I want them to look like. I don't know if I want them just to be all infinity link with maybe 3 beads separating it, so they're link, 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 bead, link, link, bead, link, link, link. That is probably likely how I want that to go. Here's a really good tip for you. Whenever you are designing a piece, you have to think in odd numbers. The human eye is attracted to odd numbers. 3, 5s, 7s. You don't want to do things in evens because it's not as aesthetically pleasing. Whether you realize it or not, it's a very subconscious thing. You wouldn't like it as much. With this component, say, with this component piece, if I had done 4 beads, it wouldn't look as good. You might not know why, you might not consciously realize it, but you wouldn't like it as much as seeing it as a 3 bead component. So think in odd numbers. Think in 3s or 5s, or you'll notice with any of my pieces that have patterns, or even the random pulls, like the ceramic bead necklace, it was the sections were 3 ceramic beads and 2 crystal beads. So you had an odd number in the ceramic beads, 3s, and the whole section together, 3 ceramic and 2 crystal, gave you 5s. Think in odds. Even numbers don't look good. That's the tip of the day. So I'm obviously not going to film this whole thing because this is going to take a while. It'll be a lot of putting pieces in, taking pieces out, putting pieces in, taking pieces out. Sort of trying to figure out how do I want this to look. So that's going to be like that, and I'm going to use the whiskey beads as my separation. You will hear my dog Hocus Pocus whining right now. He hears my friends upstairs, and he wants to go see them, so that's why he's whining. It's alright, Hokey. Those are my... So, I'm going to use the whiskey beads as the marker places for where I put a drape, a chain drape. And I want the drapes pretty close together, and I don't want a red in there. I want black. Right? I want a black. And I want an infinity link between them.